I'm a single mother of two. My ex-husband and I take turns watching the kids month to month. My son, Ethan, is 15, and my daughter Lily is 10. This happened just a few months ago. I'd gone for some late-night grocery shopping after work. Ethan had texted me earlier that he was going out with his friends. It was a Friday night. I wasn't thrilled with him leaving Lily alone, but 10 is the age many parents start feeling more comfortable with their kids staying home alone. I also knew I couldn't expect Ethan to babysit her forever. I got back to the house around 9 o'clock at night. I had to make 3 or 4 trips from the car to the house because of the amount of groceries I bought. I always overdo it with the groceries when it's my month with the kids. Then, on the months I'm alone, I'm the complete opposite. After I finished putting everything away, I went upstairs to check on Lily. I heard the shower running in the bathroom, so I went back downstairs, laid down in the living room, and put on my Netflix show. I was halfway through an episode and realized I still hadn't heard Lily leave the bathroom. Long hot showers aren't free, and I don't condone my kids wasting water. I went up there to knock on the door and tell her to hurry up. Then I went back downstairs, but after 5 minutes, she was still in the shower. This time, I knocked louder. I waited, calling her name more angrily. Then I noticed something strange. Through the bottom crack of the door, I could see that the light in the bathroom was off. My heart started racing. I tried the doorknob. It was locked. The locks inside my house can be easily unlocked with a fingernail, but in that moment, panic overrode my rationality. I forced the door open, my heart pounding. As the door swung open, I yelled Lily's name, but when I flicked the light switch up and yanked the curtain aside, I was not prepared for what I saw. A gaunt, withered woman, at least in her 50s, was lying flat in the bathtub, fully clothed, with the water from the shower spraying down onto her. I screamed so loud my throat burned. I stumbled backward, knocking everything off the bathroom counter. The woman's head snapped toward me. Slowly, she stood up in the tub, her drenched clothes clinging to her frail frame. Her eyes were sunken, hollow. Her movements were unnatural, jerky, yet eerily deliberate. I slammed the bathroom door shut and bolted toward Lily's room. I found her hiding under the covers, shaking. I grabbed her, yanked her out of the room, and as we ran toward the stairs, I caught a glimpse of that woman standing in the doorway of the bathroom. Her eyes. They were void of life, yet she moved with chilling intent. I made sure to grab my phone before locking Lily and myself in the basement spare room. As I called the police, Lily told me she thought it was me who had come home. But then, she saw a strange woman walking up the stairs and ran to hide. Ethan had left the front door unlocked. The police arrived quickly. They searched every inch of the house, but the woman was gone. No trace of her. Not under the beds, not in the closets, not behind the shower curtain. She had simply vanished. The police believed she was likely drugged out of her mind. But I had seen her eyes. I don't think she was alive at all. And don't you worry, I made sure Ethan never forgot to lock the door again. Story 2. 15 years ago, we took our 2 kids on a family trip to a resort in New York. It was around Easter time, so the resort had various festivities like egg hunts and themed decorations. A person in a giant Easter bunny costume roamed around, entertaining the kids. Our 4-year-old Ryan was terrified of the bunny, but our 6-year-old Daniel was unfazed. He gave the bunny a high five while Ryan cowered under the table. The next day, during the Easter egg hunt, I watched the kids scramble to collect eggs. The Easter bunny was walking around interacting with the children. I noticed he avoided Ryan, probably to prevent another crying fit, but he paid a lot of attention to Daniel. At first, I found it endearing. I had no reason to be suspicious, until I lost sight of Daniel. I began calling his name, but he was nowhere in sight. Then another parent approached me. "Are you looking for a boy in a red sweater?" she asked. I nodded frantically. She pointed toward the parking lot. The Easter Bunny took him that way. A cold chill ran down my spine. I grabbed Ryan and sprinted toward the parking lot. My heart was slamming against my ribs. And then I saw them. The man in the bunny costume, leading my son toward a black car. I screamed, "Daniel!" Both the man and my son turned to look at me. The man let go of Daniel's hand and muttered something about helping him find his parents. Bullshit. He was about to put my son into that car. I lunged at him, trying to yank off his mask. He shoved me back violently before jumping into the car and speeding off. I couldn't catch the license plate. When I rushed Daniel back inside, we discovered something horrifying. The resort staff said the man in the bunny costume didn't work there. They had no idea who he was. I was seconds away from losing my son forever. Story 3. We adopted our son, Oliver, when he was 2. He's 7 now, and we've always been open with him about his adoption. Recently, he started exhibiting strange behavior. It began with him talking to himself, but not in the way kids do when they play. It was like he was having real conversations. One night, I overheard him speaking as if someone was responding to him. I walked into his toy room expecting to find a friend over, but he was alone, sitting there, staring blankly at me. "Who are you talking to?" I asked. He shrugged. Then, one night, we saw him in the backyard, excitedly showing someone how to use a toy sword. But there was no one there. The final straw was when I heard his closet door shut. "Who's in the closet?" I asked. Oliver hesitated before whispering, "George." I swung the door open. Empty. That night, our wedding photo cracked, right down the middle, splitting my wife and me apart. The next day, we left, and we never went back.